I think she said 9 trips. Every time I took a trip with my lover, I paid him in cash. Where the hell did you get the cash?
What up, what up, what up? It's your homeboy B. Watt, and you are now tuned in to another episode of Cancel B. Watt. And in this episode, I'm going to be discussing my thoughts on the DA Fani Wilis testimony and the motion to disqualify her ass from the Trump election interference RICO charge in Fulton County. DA Fani Wilis continues to disrespect everybody involved in this situation and bring shame and embarrassment to herself. Fani Wilis' situation is about people, not just women, but people staying in their places. Everybody has to stay in their place. Men have to stay in their place. Women have to learn to stay in their place. I know that white people, especially white women, are sick to their stomachs this morning because Fani Wilis emasculated and dominated everybody in that courtroom, and nobody was happy about it. She was called a hostile witness at least 3 times by the judge, and the judge told her if she cuts anybody off again while they're speaking and does not answer the questions that she's asked directly, or if she continues to ramble instead of answering the question or just refuses to be cooperative, then the judge would throw her testimony out the window, which would disqualify her from the Trump case. She continued to do what she wanted to do, and those people, including the sim judge, did not do a thing about it. Now, I'm a black man, so I'm used to women acting like this. Unfortunately, this is not my first time seeing a black woman conduct herself like this and doing what the hell she wants, but I do think that this may be white people's first time experiencing a black woman being this domineering and this combative towards them. Just loud and wrong. I am, of course, super disappointed in all the women defending her idiotic, unprofessional, bullying behavior, but honestly, what else did I expect? I, unlike these white folks in Fulton County, am accustomed to this type of behavior. I said that I know that white women are pissed because, listen, white people made the conscious decision to exclude black men from corporate America and empower black women with jobs and opportunities, thinking that black women would be easier to control than black men. That assertion was wrong. Fani Wilis was being combative, disagreeable, and doing what the hell she wanted to do with no regard for her profession, her position as the district attorney, or her community.
That you resided. Okay. I don't understand. You're not giving that. In 2020, I lived in South Fulton.
Okay.
That's the only place I lived in South Fulton. That's before I had to abandon my home, Judge.
All right.
And at my home in South Fulton, he never came there, okay? So if you don't come someplace, you can't live there.
Ms. Willis, I'm going to have to caution you. This is going to be the first time I have to caution you. We have to listen to the questions as asked. And if this happens again and again, I'm going to have no choice but to strike your testimony. So, we need to break this down. Ms. Merchant's question, I believe, was asking whether you lived anywhere other than South Fulton.
She lied at Bethel Church before the pastor and the congregation, and she lied in the courtroom before the judge and all of her closest colleagues. Fani was ready and willing to throw any and everybody under the bus to save herself. Disloyalty breeds disloyalty. Fani Wilis' ex-best friend testified against her and said that her and old dude been rocking with each other since way before the time in which he got hired. This proves that her ass is shady and she lied in church. Did y'all hear what Fani said about Nathan Wade? She said that she did not want to emasculate a black man. But the court should know that Nathan Wade could have not possibly clapped her cheeks during the alleged time because he had to get a ball removed during that year. And the lady who was cross-examining Fani and cross-examining Nathan Wade, they all know each other. She know that man had to get a ball removed. It was no reason for you to emasculate that man in court. I'm not talking about Fani. I'm talking about the white lady who asked the question. That's why Fani was saying, I'm not going to emasculate a black man. She wasn't about to let you play with her dude in court. You know what I'm saying? So this is all business. It's all personal. It's all political. It's all over the place. She probably could have gotten away with it if she would have stayed in her place. Fani Wilis was making public statements about Donald Trump, in which Donald Trump responded by accusing Fani Wilis of having a personal romantic relationship, a sexual relationship, with a big-time gang member in Atlanta. Once again, A lot of people feel like the murder of this particular alleged gang member was the reason that Fani Willis put the RICO charge on Young Thug and YSL. Now, initially, Big Fani Willis said the rumors being circulated by Trump were false. But I think that anybody who watched the hearing can now see that Big Fani was for sure moving around with Big Nut. She keep them bands on her. She don't drink wine because she preferred Grey Goose. Big Fani was getting loose off the Grey Goose. Anybody who watched Big Fani's hearing should sincerely revisit Trump's original statement and look at it with a new lens. I think that the people in Fulton County miscalculated the votes. Quietly last week, Big Fani showed sides on the YSL gang war, let YNF Lucci off easy. Lucci gonna be out of jail in about a year after being indicted on gang war charges and throwing his homeboy out the passenger side window to assure that they got a clean getaway, while young Thugga Thugga is not even on trial yet. They're still in jury selection, and his co-defendants' lawyers are not catching gang charges themselves. It's obvious that Big Fani chose side. I mean, didn't Big Fani represent YSL Mondo, who was self-admittedly one of the founders of the YSL street gang and was never indicted in the YSL RICO because, why? He has a mother-to-son relationship with Big Fani. For the people who want to know if Big Fani is fit to preside over the Trump trial, then all they have to do is look at the absolute circus going on with the YSL RICO trial. A white girl lawyer just got arrested on gang charges. Now, I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta people. Them is my cousins. That's my favorite city in America, if I was to be honest. But Atlanta is dangerous, and the system there is corrupt. Gangs have taken over Atlanta, and they have fully infiltrated themselves into the legal system, and it seems like on every level. And for some reason, this happens under Big Fani's watch. Everybody in Atlanta is living a double life. It seems like everybody in Atlanta got a good corporate job, but be moving in the streets on the side. Like, you could go to law school, but you still tapped in with the homies up the block. The Fulton County legal system seems broken and corrupt on every single level. Do I think that Fani Willis is a gang member? Nah, but her ex-boyfriends and her cousins are, and she still got some pull with them and some protection based on that, because she don't mind admitting that she keep them bands wherever she lay her head. Do I think that Fani Willis is a delusional, radical African-American feminist? I do. She pretty much admitted that during the trial. The former governor of Georgia testified during the hearing. I thought he was going to completely destroy Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. He did not, though. He spoke about Fani Willis with a lot of respect. And he also said that he was not surprised that she selected Nathan Wade to be the special prosecutor for the Trump case because Nathan Wade was a great organizer. This caught me by surprise, but it also made me realize that all these folks know each other. It's personal, it's business, it's politics. Fani might have got caught slipping, might have got out of her place just a little bit with the whole Trump situation, but she wasn't doing nothing that nobody else in Fulton County not doing. All these lawyers are smashing each other. If you are a lawyer, y'all know y'all be going to them conferences, late night drinking after work, and smashing each other. This is not an uncommon law practice, but none of this would have happened, none of this would have came to light if Fani Willis would have just stayed in her place. What in the world is she doing indicting Donald Trump? Don't you think that Donald Trump spent every dime to dig up information about you? You don't think that Donald Trump had people following you around? You don't think he had the people you move around with being followed around just to make sure that he dug up as much information about you as possible? You thought they weren't going to find out that you was smashing the special prosecutor that you assigned to the case? They said that man never even tried a criminal case before, and you put him on one of the biggest cases in American history. Probably a mistake. Fani Willis and Nathan Wade could be in Belize. They could be in Miami right now, on a yacht right now, on the district attorney office's dime, if she would have just stayed in her lane. So, as always, I'm interested to know what you think. Do you think that the entire legal system in Fulton County is corrupt? They can't control the local jails, the DA is moving like a thought gang member, and little white lawyers on the YSL RICO case is catching gang charges, making gun signs at the camera on Instagram. Do you all think that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade could possibly be telling the truth. Maybe she did pay him back in cash. How do we know? All of these people know each other. What if Fani Willis is telling the truth and this is personal? What if this is just another attack on a black woman in power? And finally, what if Donald Trump was right all along, y'all? Donald Trump said that they miscounted the votes down in Fulton County. Donald Trump said that they rigged the election, and at first, we trusted Fulton County. But after taking a closer look at how they're doing business down there, do you think this would be a good time to maybe go and find those votes? If Fani Willis can't remember no dates or what happened to no money, how can we trust her in Fulton County to verify the results of a presidential election? As always, thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, visit www.cancelby.com. Tap in with me there. And as always, tune in again to another episode of Cancel BY.